You look up at your ceiling, and there it is, a steady, dark water stain spreading outward, followed by an active drip. The immediate reaction is usually a surge of stress and a rush to grab the phone. Dialing your insurance company in a state of panic often leads to early mistakes. If you call before organizing your facts, you risk describing the damage in a way that falls squarely into their exclusion categories. The required response is to pause, gather evidence, and build an adjuster-ready claim packet. This packet requires 3 distinct steps: stabilizing the property to prevent further water intrusion, capturing a strict chronological set of photographs, and pinpointing the specific physical cause of the roof breach. Completing these steps before the adjuster arrives on your property shifts the balance of the inspection. You provide a clear, factual timeline that forces the insurer to address verifiable evidence rather than rely on assumptions. Step 1 begins the moment it is safe to act. Your priority is physical mitigation, extracting standing water, putting out buckets, and placing temporary tarps over exposed roof sections. While you stabilize the area, you must observe the most critical rule of property claims. Do not attempt permanent repairs, and do not throw anything away until the adjuster has completed their site visit. Those torn shingles, fractured tiles, and sections of soaked insulation are the physical proof of your loss. Discarding them removes the exact materials the insurance company needs to verify the claim. Preserving that evidence pays off, because California law provides rigid timelines that insurance companies must follow once you submit your file. This chart outlines your state-mandated protections. The insurer must formally acknowledge your notice of claim within 15 calendar days. Once they receive complete proof of claim, they have exactly 40 days to accept or deny it. When documentation is flawless from day one, the insurer can process the claim on schedule without requesting extensions. Securing your home and tracking the legal clock compels the insurance adjuster to evaluate physical facts on a predictable schedule, limiting their ability to delay. While you are looking at an active leak in your ceiling, the adjuster evaluates the claim by looking backward. Their job is to find the exterior point of origin and determine what created the opening. In California, a standard homeowners policy responds specifically to sudden, accidental, direct physical damage. This means the damage must be tied to a verifiable, date-stamped event, like a strong windstorm that lifted shingles on a specific Tuesday, or a falling branch that fractured a tile during a recent downpour. We can see the distinction in this comparison matrix. Adjusters actively look for reasons to classify a leak under gradual degradation, things like brittle underlayment, ongoing seepage, or neglected maintenance. Your claim must point to an abrupt structural breach. Even if your roof is older, the insurer will isolate the cost to repair the specific, sudden storm damage from the pre-existing condition. This is why you must avoid vague language on phone calls. Telling a representative that your roof is getting old and finally leaking frames the issue as long-term deterioration, which often leads directly to a denial. You also need to check your policy for how the final payout is calculated. Actual cash value reduces your payment based on the roof's age and depreciation, while replacement cost value covers the cost to repair the damage with similar materials, minus your deductible. Providing exact proof of a sudden, date-specific event dictates whether you receive a funded emergency repair or absorb a total out-of-pocket loss. To lock in those facts, you transition from physical mitigation to data collection. You must document the entire scene comprehensively before the adjuster arrives. Start with your camera. Take wide shots of each roof slope for context, macro shots of the exact impact points or lifted flashing, and clear photos of the interior ceiling stains and wet attic insulation. Next, draft a written timeline. Document the exact date and time the weather event occurred, when you first noticed the interior moisture, and when you completed temporary tarking. This checklist shows how those pieces assemble. Combine photos, your written timeline, and hardware store receipts for emergency materials into a single authoritative file. Handing this mapped-out damage packet to the adjuster immediately upon their arrival changes the dynamic of the inspection. It proves you are organized, informed, and attentive to the details. Guiding the adjuster with a pre-assembled packet removes their need to guess the leak path, anchoring the claim firmly to your documented narrative. Holding a completed adjuster-ready claim packet replaces the initial panic of a leak with methodical control. You have separated recent, accidental storm damage from long-term wear, ensuring the evaluation stays focused on covered perils. However, climbing a wet, damaged roof to photograph a puncture or measure a missing tile carries significant safety risks and requires specialized technical knowledge. For homeowners in Santa Clarita, Roof Repair Santa Clarita provides the necessary professional support to safely locate and document this exterior evidence. You can schedule a comprehensive photo-documented inspection right now. Their team identifies the full scope of storm damage strictly before the insurance adjuster sets foot on the property. Securing local professionals to finalize your evidence protects your safety, creates a verifiable file, and puts you in the strongest position for a fair settlement.